Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today I want to do a journal with me video. I believe, work in my Hobonichi techo as well as my junk journal that you see me flipping through here. I tend to do that. I jump from journal to journal if I see a bit of if I see a bit that I can use in a different journal, I tend to do that. But anyways, in my previous journal with me video, I didn't have any questions, so I think I'm just going to talk through this one if you don't mind. If you do have any questions, by all means, please feel free to leave them in the comments down below. I think in the last video I talked about the type of music that I listen to, or anyways, if you missed that, I will leave the link down below. So in this video, I work in my junk journal. I actually switched up my covers, and I'm working in my Eternal Leather Goods nude color traveler's notebook. It's a very plain, simple nude. And this was like back in the day, several years ago. I want to say like 2014 maybe. I did not see any nude leather traveler's notebooks, and I did so much researching, and I found this one from Eternal Leather Goods, and he's based in Hong Kong, I believe. And it was perfect. It was what I was looking for the longest time. And then and then I used it, of course, and then I had a couple of water stains, and that kind of got me down a little bit, to be honest. But I actually ended up cleaning it up a bit, and you can still see the water stains, but it's really not that apparent anymore. And so I've switched into this one because I really miss the simplicity of this regular traveler's notebook. It's just really simple. I really like the undyed nude leather. It's kind of more caramel color now, but so yeah, I'm in the Eternal Leather Goods traveler's notebook, and the Hobonichi techo, you can see underneath there, I'm using the avec. So the avec is the July to December version of it. I have printed some printables from James Luke Burke Creative. I think it's 2 months where he's doing Patreon. I believe it's 2 months, so the month of August and September. And if you miss out on those, I think he has them as bundles a little bit later on Etsy. So if you cannot sign up today or sign up now, you can for sure, I think, don't quote me on it, but I believe he will be bundling them up, and you can purchase them later on on Etsy. So I have some of James's printables in this video, as well as Courtney Diaz. Of course, Courtney Diaz. She is Little Raven Ink on Patreon as well, and I am very thankful to the printables that are available out there. There's just some days, or there's many days, that I don't feel like drawing or doodling or coloring anything at all. I have these printables ready to go. Sometimes I just feel like cutting, and I cut these printables out and put them in my organization binder, and I can use them whenever I feel like using them. And there's just some days I just want to cut, especially those days when I just need like a half an hour TV break or something. At the end of the day, I end up taking my scissors and these printables, and I end up cutting these out. These ones here, you see, I haven't cut them out yet, but I think this is the most recent printable, if I'm not mistaken, from Courtney Diaz. You'll see her work sprinkled throughout my journals. They're always, always in my journals. I'm using one, I think that says heading, the heading says date, and it's like, I think it's just perfect for coloring, not coloring, but like I said, if I don't feel like coloring my pages, these printables are perfect to add these bits of color and texture and different artwork in your journals. And yeah, see, these are all Courtney. The one on the bottom there, bottom left, the monochrome colored one, that's from James. I am just very, very appreciative that I have these available on Patreon. So I want to say thank you to Courtney, and of course thank you to James for having these accessible, easily accessible to those online. Sometimes it's not very cheap to ship stickers or things like that through Etsy, and this is a great way to support your artists. I'm just so happy that I can just, print these out at home and cut them out and use them right away. So I'm very, very happy that I can use these. This set of dates is also from Courtney, but I believe this is maybe last month. It could be from, it's probably from August's box or August's Patreon. I'm not 100% sure, but I like to use her dates in my Hobonichi techo. Like I said, they add a pop of color, and this specific page here in August, I guess I signed up for James's Patreon as well. He calls it the Playtest Patreon TV, and I have a bit of Hobonichi challenge drawings here and there. I really need to, I don't know what it is, I just haven't been really into drawing right now, and that's okay. I'm not going to force myself to do that. I've just been really enjoying printing things out, sticking them down, sticking down stickers, and cutting out some things from magazines and papers and things like that. So I've just been enjoying that. These two big heads, those were actually from pamphlets. I don't remember what kind of pamphlet. I think it was about childcare or something like that in Japanese, and I couldn't read it, but the artwork was really nice, so I ended up cutting those out and sticking them into my Hobonichi techo. And I have a couple minutes left. I don't know if you have any, like I said, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Sometimes I do get the question of what am I going to do for 2020. I haven't decided yet. 100% I will be continuing with the Hobonichi cousin and the avec style. I really enjoy doing this format of kind of art journaling, but kind of personal journaling as well. Well, not so much personal journal. I tend to write about what I did that day or what stood out or what made me happy in my Hobonichi techo, and more personal journaling is totally off camera, and sometimes I may add it a little bit in my junk journals, but for the most part, yeah, I don't really expose that on camera, as you can imagine, and so I will for sure be continuing with the Hobonichi cousin, and I also did purchase the Hobonichi weeks because I have been enjoying that format for work. It is a little bit tight, to be honest, so I don't know, I might have to add like a supplemental weekly notebook in the back, but for the time being, I think I will stick with the weeks. I like how compact it is. I love the Tomoe River paper, and I can't get enough of it, and I think that's why I'm sticking with the Hobonichi is because of the paper, the Tomoe River paper. I heard in the Jibun Techo they've created their own light paper, I think it's called, or thin paper, and a lot of people are not happy with it. So I haven't felt it myself, but apparently they created this new paper so that it is more resistant to the friction rubbing, or the rubbing of the friction pens. Anyways, that's something that I really want to check out in person in the shops, and that's something that I cannot do at the moment. I don't have any stationery stores around here, so yeah, and other than that, I will of course have my regular size traveler's notebooks for travel journaling, and for junk journal wise, I really like to switch things up. Sometimes it's B6 Slim, sometimes it's A6, B6, it's whatever I'm currently working on or whatever I feel like working on. Right now my junk journal here is housed in the regular traveler's notebook, and it's almost finished, and I'm kind of not wanting it to be finished, so I'm taking my sweet time finishing it up. I really enjoy it, and I don't think I want to return to the regular size. I think I want to maybe try out a B6 size or an A6, so we'll see how that goes next. And I think that's about it for this episode. As always, thank you so much for stopping by, for leaving comments, for the thumbs up and all the encouragement. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.